6 in the AM on April the 11th. 2025 for you gringos. Hope you guys are doing well, and there are all 0 of you yet, so we will wait a minute and let y'all pop in. Hopefully I'm going to be going to work pretty soon, but who knows, man? I can't get a hold of boss man and to get to where I'm going, even if I knew where that was, you know? So we're trying though, man. It's hard, but we're here. Really, I wanted to do this live stream to respond to some of these something really good, these really goods, in the comment section of the videos, bro. Just busting out all the best arguments for the spinning globe, like TheMorgile's an asshole, TheMorgile's uneducated, ooh, TheMorgile does meth, ooh, which I don't. I do not methamphetamine, which is speed, but methadone, which is Dr. Down, dude. That's Mr. Brownstone. That's that gangsta lean, bro. The scissor. But it's for real. Dude, okay? So all y'all silly Bamos out there saying that meth has addled my brain, fine, but not methamphetamine. Maybe methadone, bro. Okay, I go to the doctor for that. I have for years for pain and so that I don't chase the dragon on street dope, bro. You know, if you want to judge me for that, judge me. But just remember, you're an addict too, bro. Yes, you. Everlast. Oh, you have a cup of coffee? Addict. You eat 3 squares a day? Addict, bro. You really think you need 3 meals a day to survive? Nah, you a jug, bro. You might as well mainline them cheeseburgers right in your jugular vein, you fucking jug. No, really, I'm being a dick, but it's true, man. Like chocolate. I mean, anything that you don't need to like survive is, that's a vice, and you're an addict. And honestly, if I'm gonna have vices, I'd have them be worth it because after I was hit by a car on my motorbike in 24, it was October 10th of 2014. The dude, so I've probably told y'all this story before, all 5 of you, but I was going up past Food Lion on Verde near Roper Mountain Road in Greenville. And again, this was 11 years ago, but so I was going through the green light, and dude comes out of Food Lion to take a right on red, and instead of like stopping to look, the dude just went like straight for me basically. And I seen him doing this, and I avoided a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, and my heart skipped a beat. I was like, man, I thought that dude was gonna hit me. And that's when he clipped, like his left headlight clipped my back, my tire on the back. And when he did that, like, you go wonky, and you already know you're gonna eat it. There's no saving it at that point. And so I kind of went limp and tucked and rolled. And when I did that, I smashed my head right on the motherfucker's windshield. Pow! And like the last thing I remember, like, cause I could see right up to this point, dude was fucking with his phone, bro. Just not paying attention to shit, dude. And so then I went, from what I was told, I went up in the air like doing bug flips, kind of like that deer did when I hit him a couple months ago or whatever. But I was doing bug flips, and then I landed, and the witnesses said the dude ran over me, but I'm pretty sure he didn't because I would have been dead, right? But what it did do was my helmet, it like destroyed that helmet, and that's like one of them dot fucking helmets that are supposed to be real tough. Yeah, that thing was fucked. And I had a leather jacket, and it just ripped the arm right off that leather jacket, like triple seam leather. So like, do you know how hard it is to rip the arm on the leather jacket, bro? It's super easy, barely an inconvenience, right? What's up, ACAB on the plane, methadone, brother? Yeah, damn right, bro. Really, I appreciate that because I went the route of buprenorphine, Subutex, and that didn't do any good. But no, like I would much rather go to the doctor and get a dose that keeps me straight all day, and then smoke my weed and my kefir mothership, and I don't chase dragons that way. But now I'm off my meds too, right? So like, it's just another thing to add to like this long list of bullshit that I've been through since Hurricane Helene. And to top it all off, the methadone clinic I've been going to for years wants to treat me like a new patient. And since I don't have a car, it's hard for me to get around and get the blood work done and do this and that. Honestly, I'd rather not even fuck with them because it's just such a pain. and I got to go start a new job. So like, wow. So yeah, let me go start a new job where I got to be on the road working demolition, right? Fucking dope sick. Yeah, that's just terrific. Just fucking terrific, right? Anyway, what's up, you guys? That was a great intro, and we can just cut all that off the live stream. Hey man, hey cat, yeah man, it's been rough, dude. But I'm trying here, you guys. I'm trying. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, dude, these people, man, these people. So like, these globetards are so smart. They're like, oh, like these flurfers are so stupid. They just want to feel special. They think the Earth's flat because they want to feel special. And they're talking about the whole like, so like the globe Earth shtick is that the spinning ball Earth is like a speck of dust, or like less than a speck of dust in the grand scheme of things. And the geocentric stationary plane cosmology, we are center stage of creation. This is a very unique and important position that we find ourselves in. But modern science and the culture would much prefer us to believe that we are the great great grandchildrens of orangutan, and they are great 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 grandchildrens of frogs, and the frogs are great 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 grandchildren of amoebas, and the amoebas, they just sort of spontaneously appeared right out of the primordial ooze, just because, right? And it's just so absurd, but that is the reasoning behind, or one of the main reasonings behind the globe Earth deception, is to sever our connection to source and belittle us. And if you have very little self-respect, it's very difficult to respect others. And so there's that. I mean, it explains a lot in our culture, right? But the globetards, to like, they're trying to say that like the flurfers want to feel special, so they're going against the truth of the this whole infinite space cosmology. It's absurd, because here's the thing: you gotta measure the Earth for curvature, dude. You got to. You can't like use your evidence as old Morgile's an idiot, or Morgile's uneducated, therefore the Earth is a spinning ball in outer space, and I'm walking around on the sides of that motherfucker too because Morgile is uneducated, right? No, it doesn't have anything to do with me, dude. It has to do with measure the Earth for curvature. And then, once you realize, and not so much the Earth, standing water, right? Surface of standing water would conform to whatever the shape of the Earth is. So if the Earth is flat, then the surface of standing water would be level. Excuse me. And if it is a spinning ball, then the surface of water would be convex. And that would be measurable. It would be obvious, especially if you went to go measure for it. Okay, but to say that, and I wish I could read, actually, I can totally, because I've got another phone right here. Let me read these just gems of comments to you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, like, you would think that after a decade of this, we would see some like creativity on the side of the globetards. But nah, it's just more of the same. More of the same. Hold on, I gotta. No, it's wrong. Wrong app here. Sorry, I can't multitask worth of crap, you guys. Like, I can't even walk and breathe at the same time, dude. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. And by the way, let me see some. This stream is definitely brought to you by Flat Earth Farms in NorCal. Thanks, so fire. You'll realize the Earth is flat. Buy some for your globetard friends. Um, Daryl, if you're around, man, let me know you're okay, bro. I haven't heard from you in over a month, and I'm kind of worried about you, dude. So just send me a smoke signal, a text, call me, whatever. Hit me up, bro. And I am all out of dank, dude. So Bama is hurting. I'm off my meds and out of dank. It's a bad combination, but it's good news for the D boys. I'll tell you that. Okay. Anyway, not really, but man, it's gonna be a rough day. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to start this new job today, and I don't even have no way to get out to where the boss man's at. Maybe he'll call and say he'll pick me up. I don't know. Maybe we'll start Monday because we're supposed to shred this weekend too. Too much information. Let me find these comments, dude. Hold on. Oh my god, this is just so fucking typical, dude. Okay, view all comments. And I don't want to see the ones that I haven't responded to yet. Okay, and BIM commercial, I appreciate that. So BIM commercial actually had a nice comment. I really love those. He said it just, but I'm not going to read those to you. Those are not the fun ones. The fun ones are the globetards being idiots, right? So, but big shout out to BIM Commerce, 1797. Oh yeah, here we go. So like John Q Public says, it's terrible what meth has done to you, right? Because I was mentioning methadone on the stream. Okay, for the umpteen billionth time, methamphetamine is speed, and it's now anymore it's made out of pseudoephedrine base, which is like Sudafed. It used to be sassafras based, and that's where the good shit's at. But you better have like some kick-ass laboratory setup if you can even start with that, right? Anyway, not that I would know anything about that. But no, I don't do methamphetamine, you dumb dumb. I do methadone, which is doctor prescribed opioids. It's a full opioid agonist, fast acting, long lasting, and it keeps you straight. And as long as I keep pot around, because I do like to get high, but I don't chase the dragons then, okay? So fucking line me up and shoot me, man. But yeah, it's terrible what meth has done to you. Yeah, and you're an idiot. No offense or anything. Um, okay, so Marben, 7-3 Marben. This is not one of the comments I was talking about through comment responses here. So 7-3 Marben said 2 days ago, Elohim created male and female. Abba created Lucifer to cover us in flesh. Who is Abba? Okay, we are all Elohim. We fell here. We in the flesh deserve the lake of fire. Jesus is coming. Repent to get back home to heaven. We fell from. The end is here. Dude, you're tripping, dog. I'm sorry. I love you and everything, bro, but you're tripping, dude. For real. In my opinion. What's up, Matt Hooper? Beautiful sunny day there in northern England. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Okay, man. Hey, I wished I was there, bro. Never been there, but I've always wanted to go, Scotland, England. I really want to go to Greece. No, I've never been. But I do want to go to Scotland, England too. All over Europe would be fucking awesome. Excuse the French. And excuse the French too. Yeah, French people are weird, bro. They put tobacco in their joints on purpose every single time. Weirdos, bro. Um, okay, so this is one of the ones. This is one of the ones I wanted to read. So here it is. Okay, this is also from 2 days ago. Why is it that all my comments are only from 2 days ago? It's so weird. Okay, so Bob Dilson says 2 days ago, he says he'd argue that the shape of the earth doesn't dictate how special you are or not. What a strange way to phrase that, too. You should go back to Hooked on Phonics, bro. Just saying. He says, I will agree that flat earthers appear to have a strong desire to, quote, feel special. To him, this explains why they ignore how flat earth conflicts with reality, while instead make up nonsense about the globe and claim it disproves it. What the fuck is this guy talking about, dude? Escaping reality is a strong motivator for certain types of folks. Wow, we got to unpack this a little bit, dude. No offense or anything, and I mean this in the most endearing possible way, but what a fucking idiot, dude, for real. Okay, hold on. What is this motherfucker talking about, dude? All right, so the first thing is, he says that I will agree that flat earthers appear to have a strong desire to quote unquote feel special. Like, wait a minute. So, did somebody first mention that? Did like somebody submit that notion and you're agreeing to it? Like, I don't see that anywhere in this comment thread. But he says he will agree that flirters appear to have a strong desire to feel special. I mean, what a bunch of jargon in that. So you really need to go back to Hooked on Phonics, bro. I'm just saying. He goes, to me, this explains why they ignore how flat Earth conflicts with reality. And by reality, that's a euphemism for his deception, like his personal grand delusion that has been foisted upon him subliminally and overtly since he was a toddler, right? He or she, whatever. But to say that flat Earth conflicts with reality without giving a single example or even like having any sort of foundation for the argument. And see, that's how easy it is to be a professional globetard because see, the globetards already have the entire weight of, alliance in the educational system and all that predictive programming that we were all subjected to as little kids. they've got all that on their side. The weight of that is behind them. So really, all they have to do is kind of point and laugh at the stupid flat earthers for disagreeing with reality, right? And as long as like the majority of the dumbass motherfuckers in this world agree that that's reality, then it is reality, right? Because reality is consensus, isn't it? So like reality is dictated by how you interpolate shit, and like consensus, like how many people agree on something, and that's what makes it real. No, dude, wrong. You definitely have objective reality. God, this thing is weird. You definitely have objective reality, and that's whether you're able to observe it or not, in my opinion. Um, Again, to say that flurfers disagree with reality just of cognitive dissonance. It really is. And, really, my best advice to somebody like Bob Dilson would be to measure the earth for curvature. And better than measuring the earth, measure the surface of standing water. Standing water would be better than flowing water or tidally affected water. Um, but, if you do take the time to measure the earth for curvature, you will surely find, excuse me, this thing is driving me crazy. You will surely find that the curvature doesn't exist. There is no curvature. So like whether you agree with me or not, or whether you think I'm a fucking idiot or not, if you haven't gone and measured the earth for curvature, then you really don't have a leg to stand on in this conversation. And it's not a debate, right? It's like you can't, there is no debate to be had on objective, observable reality, right? So as long as we can like agree on terms and definitions and units of measurement, then we have to agree on this reality, right? But if you refuse to, measure this reality and just go with the predictive programming that we were all definitely subjected to as little kids, then you're never going to understand the truth. And again, it is sort of easy to sit there and point and laugh at the retards because you have the weight of the consensus of alliance on your side. That is really what it is. Let's continue with this comment because this dude has a couple of gems like right after this. Um, yeah, to me, this explains. Oh, and really, so let me just back this up really, and I know I'm picking, and y'all keep this in mind from when you do comments and when you do any sort of writing of anything, and this is something that I work on too. Like this is very hard to get away from, but you'll notice that Bob Dilson starts his post with "I'd argue." Shape of the earth is how special you are not. I will agree that flat earthers appear to have a strong desire to feel special. To me, this explains why they ignore how flat earth conflicts with reality without giving one example, while instead make up nonsense about the globe and claim that it disproves it. What not? Like, what do we, like, make up what? The globe has plenty of nonsense, like, by default, just right on in there, naturally. The globe is some bullshit, and it's obviously bullshit. Escaping reality is a strong motivator for certain types of folks. So you'll notice that like every single sentence, this motherfucker is talking about himself, bro, right? And so I don't know. It's a pet peeve of mine, and it's something that I work on in my own writing because it is kind of difficult sometimes to not write from first person because we are all first persons, right? If you're able to sort of step outside of yourself and write from a third person perspective, and here's the way, try not to use the word I, my, or me in any of your writing, and you'll find it's a bitch, dude. Like it's actually kind of hard, but you'll get your points across way better that way. Because nobody gives a fuck about you, dude. Not just you. Nobody gives a fuck about me except for the me that they're talking from, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just I don't know. I'm sort of anal retentive, and I've hooked on phonics work for me. But man, I don't know. Like this dude is totally full of himself, obviously. But so there's a thread here. So we'll go down the thread and just listen to this guy's quote unquote logic. Bob Dilson says so. Okay, so Scott Mastrick says, and this is in response to that first comment where the dude's I, me, more got stupid, more got do this, now me, I doesn't even bother to measure the earth or think about this thing for 10 seconds. He knows that I'm a fucking idiot because his kindergarten teacher told him the earth's a spinning ball and it's the Universal Studios motion logo. So yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So Scott says he spends an hour discussing reality and you call it escaping reality. Interesting cognitive dissonance. Damn right, Scott. Like right on, exactly, bro. That is Cog Dis 101 right there, brother. Um, and then Bob Dilson replies, correct. Him spending an hour making up nonsense about the globe and glossing over how flat Earth conflicts with reality is him escaping reality. Other example that certain folks may take to escape reality is finding an echo chamber to reinforce their silly notions or partaking in mind-altering substances. Dude, you better take some mind-altering substances, you jabroni ass da. Yeah, no, mind-altering substances are perfectly fine in my opinion, especially if they help you to become less fucking retarded, you know. Wow, we lost everybody on the stream, dude. Yay. Like, we lost every person on the stream except for 4 people. That is amazing, bro. Fucking amazing, dude. Yeah. So, dude replies, "Hey Bob, the ball man. I wrote this especially for you. Enjoy, buddy." Okay, so how in San Francisco and New York City debunk the globe model? One, the straight line distance between San Fran and New York is approximately 2,570 miles. On a sphere with a diameter of 7,926 miles, the net change in elevation between San Fran and New York should be more than 830 miles. To calculate the change in elevation between any two locations on a sphere, do the following. That you know, we can get into like the spherical fucking geometry or whatever, but he says, thus, if Earth were truly a sphere with a diameter of 7,926 miles, the net change in elevation between San Fran and New York should be more than 833 miles. That's a fall of 0.324 miles for each mile traveled, or a gradient of 32.4%. Roads with grades above 10% are considered steep, while those with above 20% are very steep. You're looking at an extremely steep downhill run in both directions. It's a ball, remember? That's right. You'd be going downhill no matter which fucking way you go, bitch. That's so stupid. Now, guess what the actual change in elevation is? About 20 feet between LA and New York, which is negligible over such distances. Yeah. Welcome to Flat Earth. We live on a horizontal topographical plane. And there's more to that comment, but very well said. And you know, that's the thing. We don't have to make shit up, dude. Like, the Earth is flat. Like, believe it or not. Like, I know how crazy that sounds. Trust me, when I first stumbled onto this topic, I thought it was the stupidest fucking thing I'd ever heard, for real. But if you actually take the time to reconsider your long life held beliefs in the spinning ball of Earth, you will certainly find that it is just a pile of nonsense. And it's really quite obvious too, man. Like, you know, once you get it, it's like one of those things. Once you go flat, you never go back, dude. It really is, because once you cannot unsee it. I know I'm picking on Guy and I have a foul mouth, but you know, whatever. Take the good with the bad, man. I can do professional, but I'm kind of like laid up right now. My back's messed up from that accident I had all those years ago, and I've been off my meds. I don't even have any pot, and I had a beer last night, so that the beer does a little bit with the pain too if I don't have anything else. Call me an addict, but so are you, dude. Everybody on here is an addict unless you don't even eat. But you know, or maybe like eat once a day, or maybe once every other day. You don't have to gorge yourself all at all times. You really don't. I mean, you can, but you better admit that you're an addict and don't judge me. You know what I mean? And also, like, you've got people that are totally straight edge that don't even eat, right? Like the pigs that work at the jailhouse, right? And they're addicted to the power trip that they be on too. Otherwise, they wouldn't show up at that job. Like, how could you do that, bro? How could you show up at a place for 20 plus locking men and women in like animals, go home and get your paycheck cashed and sleep at night, you sick motherfuckers, dude. Honestly, like, oof. Like you don't have to go to work and do that, bro. You can quit that job. You can, and free the dogs, bro. Let them go, bro. Especially, like, okay, violent offenders, whatever. I can get on board with that, bro. But like victimless crimes, dude, really? Anyway, I know I'm stuck on that. But you know, okay, back to this guy, dude. So this guy's trip is he thinks that flat earthers just want to feel special, so they make shit up. Like, what a stupid way to think about this. Like, honestly, um, you have to reconsider your position. There is so much wrong with the ball. You know, starting with the Big Bang, you know, everything came from nothing. That's some bullshit. It just manifested out of nothing. Yeah, okay. You know, DNA code writes itself. whatever. Infinite space exists adjacent to the infinite space vacuum exists adjacent to the high pressure system that we live in. That's a violation of some basic laws of thermodynamics, entropy. You can't have a vacuum and a pressurized environment adjacent to one another without some sort of solid structure barrier separating the two. You just can't. Okay, so there's another huge, huge problem with the spinning ball. Couple that with the fact that standing at the equator, you're supposed to be zipping along a curve at 18 and a half miles per second, dude. No, wait. Is that right? No, that's the orbital velocity. So, okay. The the axial rotation velocity, they say, is 1,037 and a half miles an hour. So if you're standing at the equator, you actually believe that your ass is zipping along a curve at 1,000 miles an hour? That is absurd. That's absurd, bro. And then, okay, so I'm in South Carolina. It's like 800, right? According to the ball theory, the ball Earth hypothesis. But okay, that's still supersonic, and it's still along a curve. Where's your evidence for that motion? Oh well, there is no evidence for it because it's a consistent speed. That's what my teacher told me in kindergarten. Okay, but traveling at a consistent speed along a curve still produces acceleration. That is acceleration. But then you also have the combinations of other orbital trajectories that are not aligned or synchronized with that. You would have measurable acceleration in this system if it were indeed a sphere. Oh, my phone is at 5%, dude. Hold on. Let me plug in before I wrap this up because I do got to go. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do today for work. I mean, I've got this job I'm supposed to start, and I have not heard from Boss Man, so I'm going to have to, like, blow his ass up. He's a drinker, I think, and so drinkers are stinkers, dude. All right, hold on. Drinkers are stinkers, dude. Ew, drinkers. No, really. I love y'all very much. Thank you for hanging in. Baltards, I love you too, but y'all really need to rethink your position, man. You really do. Check your premises, dude. This isn't about how we feel about things. This is about objective, measurable reality, and it's pretty obvious, man. The ball is out. It's wrong. It's gone. It is flat and motionless. Whether you like it or not, my motivations are irrelevant. But at this point, my motivations are this. We love you guys. We need your help. Links below for support. Please do help. I'll let you know if I get out to work today. If not, I'm probably just gonna lay down on a fucking railroad track and get cold rolled steel right up the old keister, bro. Zing! No, not really. But you might like it, bro. You might like it. I love you guys. I gotta run. Links below. Venmo, Cash. I promise you, I will have way better content coming out soon. We're gonna do some music. We're gonna do OnlyFans. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start OnlyFans for the ladies. And the guys. No, no. I'm sorry. That's what I'm gonna do, man. Because honestly, with the problems I have, with Molly being incapacitated and bedridden, that's one thing that I can do. Definitely working from home. I'm gonna do this demolition thing too. I'm gonna try that. But honestly, wouldn't it be a shame to like go work outside of the house and go like do a big old job for like a couple of months and then like die in a car accident on your way home? That kind of shit happens all the time. I bet you one thing though, I won't die in a car accident sitting at home doing OnlyFans. I bet you that. I'm gonna try it, man. Like, who knows? Maybe I'll make $1. It'll damn sure be better than what I make doing fucking YouTube videos in years, trying to expose the truth so that I can feel special. Oh, I feel so special because my fucking professional reputation was ruined years ago. Ooh, that makes me feel special when I try to like bid for projects on like Upwork and the different freelance sites. Like all it takes is for Obama to Google search name and that contract gets dropped like a Snoop potato, bro. Snoop. All right, love you guys. Links are below. Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Big shout out and thanks again to Brenda May I for sending in the $35 yesterday. I really appreciate that. God love you. God bless you. To my Vedics, namaste. To my Muslim brothers, alaikum. And to my Christians, one love. Yeshua Hermeshiach is a brother, dude. Love, love, love. Take care, stay strong. I'll come on the plane. Love you guys, man. Y'all be good, and I'll let you know how it goes with demolition, and we'll see how it goes with OnlyFans. I mean, maybe one of them things will make me some money, but I am setting that up now because I'm running out of options here, dude. And I don't want to whore myself out digitally, but hey, it's better than dying. Love you guys.